Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Descent into Avernus. I'll be your host. The Dungeon Man. No, I am. I'm Vallen. I will be playing. We'll just jump right in and do the introductions. We're going to start with characters and work our way to others. I am Vallen. I will be playing Palkas, a half-orc sorcerer.
I think you're still muted.
I am still muted? What? That can't be true.
Oh, I think you're
everybody
muted.
else is still muted. Hey, welcome to the party, everybody. That's a first. Usually it's myself that's muted the whole time. Yay!
Glad you joined us.
Oh. What a game. Playing D&D without anybody else.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
It is. Yes. So, moving on from that.
Let's pretend that never happened.
It never did. I'm Vallen. I will be playing as Palkas, a half-elf, half-orc. I'll get it right yet. Wild magic sorcerer. And moving on, we'll go to, I shall say, Thorn. I'll just call you by your character names because that's what is displayed.
Hi, I'm Ghostwoods, and Thorn is an elven ranger.
All right, and then we go to Flynn.
I'm Nobby, as some of you may be able to tell in the shadows, but I will be playing a character.
Yes. Currently, at the moment, the character he is playing is being slung dead on someone's over there, someone's shoulder. Moving on, we've got Coyra.
I'm shy, as most of you might know me by, and I'm playing a druid, and I've still no idea what I'm doing, but it's fun.
Trying to survive right now. And then we've got Malvola.
Hello, I'm Nightcaste. I play Malvola, a dragonborn. Yeah, apparently nobody can get that right today.
You're just making me feel better, that's all. I appreciate it.
Dragonborn Warlock, Hexblade. I also want to say thank you to everybody for the support that I've gotten. I had a health issue last weekend, that's why we didn't have the D&D. And I really appreciate the the well wishes and so on that I've gotten from everybody. Thank you so much.
Well, we are very happy to have you back with us.
Yeah, indeed, I'm so happy to see you back.
In good health. And moving on from him, we've got Kashcah.
Hi, yes, I'm Dungeon Master for Descent into Avernus, as well as Tomb for Annihilation when we get to play that. So, but yep, here I am. This is me.
Suddenly she gets really quiet when it comes to introducing herself.
So the person who will eventually kill us all.
Yes, she's already begun.
Yeah.
I know.
She tasted blood, now she wants more.
You're all gonna die.
Yeah, there's an entire possibility we might all start over.
Just stay away from sniffles.
Oh my gosh.
You've seen what that causes.
You know it's actually sniffles that's killing us, right?
I mean, someone made fun of sniffles and suddenly they were dead.
This isn't a M. Night Shyamalan adventure.
Shamalama-ding-dong.
Shamalama.
I knew that rat was going to be trouble.
Let's get on with a recap of last episode. We continued on with Vendetta Cress, a prisoner that we had rescued from being tortured. Put her under our protection, only to be immediately ambushed by the cultists in this small area here. We were pretty much hedged in there, surrounded on all sides. They were popping out of secret passageways. To put it succinctly, we were screwed. But Coyra shapeshifted into a direwolf, which was very helpful. We had never experienced this before, but none of us were really complaining either because we were all pretty much on the ropes. But the tide started to turn as Thorn fell and Flynn. But Flynn was outright killed. He ended up failing his saving throws. His character is now died. Thorn was able to be revived at the end of the battle. though we did retreat after that and rested briefly while grieving momentarily over Flynn and taking a brief pause at our current situation. Knowing our position was precarious, we pressed on and found several rooms with sarcophagi, in them, and nothing else. The last one, though, had one, with blood topping it up, one sarcophagus, and an old woman cowering, claiming to be a florist slave, or a florist who had been enslaved, and not knowing very much that was very helpful. Coyra and Malvola discovered her ruse, though, and she attacked only to be put down swiftly by Malvola in his malevolence and hatred upon losing his friend Flynn. And I think that's about where we left off. Kashcah?
So you had... I actually don't have anything else really to add there. You murdered the old lady.
She wasn't that old.
So, what do you want to do next?
Can we re-murder there? No, well...
Move on to the next old lady.
I think that's actually pretty accurate. I mean, from what I understand, we were gonna kind of double back through this way and see what we could find out from that secret passageway, in hopes of trying to find another way out. Because we had rested so long in here, we were thinking that some of our old passages that we had taken before might possibly be repopulated, or at least there was concern of that. But that was the last I recalled as us discussing, but I don't know that we actually came to any kind of decision on that. And I think the druid said that she wanted to go first.
That's the first thing I heard about that. No, that's not.
So what do you guys want to do?
Before we move, I feel we should apprise each other of our current status. Palkas is mentally exhausted, partially physically exhausted, and has no hope of regaining such from a mere short rest.
Yeah, Thorn is close to okay physically, but tapped out of any unusual exertions that might be available. So functional, but not much call.
Coyra is actually doing pretty well for the situation we're in. She learned that she can transform into animals, which is like super cool to her. She has a tiny pet rat, which is also really nice. But she has gone through some stuff that left some scars.
Okay.
For sure. Especially with those wooden pillars. Those are evil.
Mal is in almost perfect condition, and is still angry and like ready to just tear this place apart by himself. But he's also smart enough to recognize that that's a bad.
I think Mel should obviously go first.
I'm okay with that.
Thorn is perfectly happy to go first.
We should send Flynn first.
Flynn is going first if Mel slings him on the front.
There you go.
Flynn has gone first into that uncharted country from which none may ever return.
I go first, Indy.
Get some Death Stranding going.
Oh God. So we also have.
I still don't understand the point of that.
It's a walking simulator. It's okay.
I get no respect.
It's a walking simulator.
Or a human stroller.
So I would imagine Vendetta is not interested in, being left behind or participating in any way that she doesn't absolutely have to, like before. She stepped up, even though she was cornered and could have just cowered in the corner. Though she did start to, she overcame it and helped. I would imagine should we probably keep her somewhere in the middle again, like we did before,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
which actually kept her alive.
Yeah, she'll say yes, yes.
Palkas would be
You don't wanna
interested in
die?
bringing up the
She
rear
says,
as
looking at
usual.
Flynn.
Thorn can be sneaky, so Thorn will be on point.
Oh, you want to be in front of Malvola?
Unless Malvola particularly wants to take the lead. I mean, if you want to...
He's not going to say no. In terms of killing everyone in this place, he is not going to say no at this point.
Right on.
If you really want to go first, be my guest, but I'm going to be right behind you.
No worries, go for it. Vengeance is a good way of passing the time.
Excuse me.
Right. So I almost went into the wrong accent. Okay.
Were you going to do Elf guard?
I was. Like, this
It's
is not
been
a
too
Scottish
long.
dwarf. Palkas is just like, let's get going then. We can't stay down here forever. Or rather, I'd really rather not.
Okay. Are we ready to head out?
Yeah.
I'm ready to rumble.
Okay. Then I'm going to head back to the people popped out of, and
Right.
Okay.
And that'll be Vendetta, and then probably,
You hide out in
Coyra
the middle.
and myself.
Sure. So to give you a quick kind of reminder of what this hallway looks like, well, it is as you see. Flooded chamber opens up, with more of Coyra's arch nemesis. Nemesis.
Deadwood.
There's an opening. Looks like here, kind of goes to the right. And then there's definitely goes round further to the left. This looks kind of bigger up here.
Okay.
So that's what you see. There is like a small kind of slant downward into the water.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over here and take a peek down this opening.
Okay, yep. Here you see a door. A door.
Oh, shucks. Flynn is missing the water.
I'm leaving space for NPC. Coyra looks behind her and is like, oh no, water. Are we gonna do the ice cube?
Palkas says, suck it up.
Don't suck up this water.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
Probably
idea.
not very good for you.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna take a listen at the door, and no, I'm just gonna.
Okay. You think you hear some movement in there. It doesn't sound as significant as a person. But we'll make a perception check and then I can have an idea of how much detail to share.
Nothing. You hear nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as significant as a human, but you're not really sure what it is that's making the. You can't really
You got
guess.
too much water in your ears.
Yeah. Over my shoulder, I be ready, and throw.
Okay. Get thrown up in the door. Alright. So here you see a room like this, and rising up out of the water in front of you are, oh, you know what helps if I do this, are a couple of skeletons.
Mm.
Everybody loves a skelly. So they kind of shamble up out of the water, kind of like. So if you want to, I mean, they're not particularly swift. So, so if you want to take like a kind of surprise, well, a reactionary round,
Boom.
then you can. And then we'll roll some initiative.
Smash 'em. Crash 'em. Tear them to bits.
Arms of Hadar.
That reaches out 10 feet, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That's pretty
That's why
good.
I moved. That's why I moved
okay.
that far away from Thorn.
Alright, and you've moved. So now you can see the rest of the room as well. You see this bit. Oh, it's a bad spot. That bit there, and then it kind of goes
I remembered.
like this. And in the other corner of the room, you see also. Oh no, not like that. Not like this. Like
Aw.
this and like that.
Oh, hey, look at that. You have your choice. 3 or 3.
So arms of Hadar. So they need
It
to
hits all of them except for the one at the very top.
Okay.
Mal, you didn't pick up the spare.
Right. So they all take this
I think it's like
necrotic damage.
something like that area.
Yeah, it's
Okay. So they the 3 within the range of the spell kind of. Have you used this before actually? Or
yes.
okay. Yeah, take the damage from that, and I forget what they need. Well, they need to make strength saves as well.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the first one. Fails. Fails. Fails.
Yes.
That means that they take the full 7, which unfortunately that roll was kind of not awesome. But they also cannot take reactions until their next turn, which I don't know if skeletons can do that anyway.
Okay. Right. Okay, doke. So then who Palkas, do you want to roll some initiative or?
Oh yeah, that would probably be helpful. Allow me to do that for you, Dungeon Master. There you go. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries. Do we want Vendetta to get? Okay. Sure. Let's grab a thing for Vendetta quick. Sorry, I should have had her ready. How to practice clearly. Where is she? There she is. And initiative. Okay. Well done, Vendetta. She's gonna kind of she might move up a little bit to get out of Palkas's way, but not really gonna do much aside from that. So Thorn.
Okay. Thorn is going to come into here and hack at the one to the south.
Okay.
Perhaps if I press the button. Not bad.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
I feel like this Skelly doesn't stand a chance.
I don't know, it's piercing. It's a
We
skeleton.
don't want to give them a chance
Lambs to
anymore.
this lord. Yeah, that's not. I think that's a 3.5, perhaps. Because there he is down.
Oh, the resistance
Wow.
and whatnot to piercing types.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
They have. I mean, spoilers, but they have vulnerability to bludgeoning.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. All right, Malvola.
I keep putting my character sheet away.
I do that all the time. Drives me nuts.
I'm going to swing at the one that is south of me with my flail.
Okie doke. Is that a bludgeoning weapon?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. There's nothing left of that skeleton. Poor skeleton.
Smashy, smashy.
Yeah, he just gets completely, like, his flail just swings through him like he's made of butter, and bones tumble to the floor.
I'm just imagining a giant butter stick being smashed with a flail.
Alright, skeleton's turn. Oh, anything else you guys wanted to do? I didn't check that, sorry, before we...
Yeah, I suppose there's some movement that can
Yeah,
happen.
you can do movement or bonus actions.
I keep forgetting how this works.
What works?
Oh, okay. No, that's gonna be it. I'm just reading this spell for like the 18 millionth time because I keep forgetting how it goes.
Alright, no worries. So... okay, this skeleton is gonna rush up. Wait, Arms of Vidar... That doesn't prevent any movement or slow any movement or anything, does
They
it?
just
Nope.
lost reaction.
No, it just slaps him around.
Okay, so he's gonna move up as well. Alright. And they are going to take these kind of rusty looking short swords that they have, all battered and definitely look like something you're going to need a tetanus shot for afterwards. And they're going to slice at you, Malvola, and that's a 9, which I'm sure misses. And then they're going to slice at you, Thorn, with a 6, which also misses. Wow, these guys. Okay, Palkas.
It's the opposite of the cultist we ran into last time. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's do. Can you get? You can't really get in there to do very much. Yeah, he really couldn't do much.
I mean, to be fair, right? You can hear sounds of fighting, but you have no idea what's going on in that room.
Yep. So he'd probably move up, see what happened, or what is happening. Obviously, it's not going to be 20 feet. It's going to be 25 to get there. And then he'll probably back out by the extra amount.
Okay.
So that he's not blocking the path. And he'll ready chill touch should any of the enemy targets come within his visibility, basically along this path.
Okay.
Any enemies there, and he'll also try to keep an eye out for up here because he doesn't know if they're going to get attacked from behind.
All right. Okay.
So he has the spell already cast and ready. It just needs to be released.
Yep, no props. Coyra, is there anything you would like to do?
Basically the same like Palkas, since she can't really do much while standing there in the doorway. She's just gonna stand right here and has her scimitar ready. Was she able to see slightly in the room when it was going on or not?
Yeah, you could have.
Okay.
I think you've got line of sight to see.
Okay,
probably
since
see
she knows
this
what's going
skeleton.
on, she has her scimitar ready to walk. If anything non-friendly walks out of the door.
Okay, cool. All right, Vendetta is not. She's gonna kind of probably move up a little bit, stay within nice safe zone. So then Thorn, it's back up to you.
Well, I'll have another stab at the one who's come up to say hello.
Okay.
Is it my shorts?
That misses.
No.
And so it begins. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Malvola?
I will take another swing at the one, the same one that Thorn is fighting.
Okay. That also misses. Okay. Skellies, their turn. This is going to be a long battle of misses.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me do this. Because this drives me crazy. Don't whisper the rolls. Never whisper the rolls. Alright, let me try that again. Okay, so that one
I can see your roll.
misses.
See?
And that one hits.
Oh
Ooh.
no!
Ow!
Ow.
Which one? Who was attacking?
As I did not say, we'll say this is evens and this guy is odds.
I think it's more important which one's the target.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but sorry, this guy is hitting Thorn and this guy.
Okay.
So Malvola, you get hit for 11.
Ow!
Ow, indeed.
Ouch.
I am no longer in almost perfect condition.
That's rude.
It is rude. I agree. Palkas, you're kind of standing looking in the room, but suddenly, like, while you're waiting and you're not kind of caught up in the heat of the fight there, you can hear, like, out from the left, like from over here, right, from down this hallway, the sounds of another fight.
Great.
Anything you would like to do?
I suppose he would say to Coyra, see if you can help them there. I hear more around the corner. And he'll move up to here and just peek around the corner.
Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So when you peek around the corner, you see that this hallway goes all the way down here.
Okay.
Okay. And you've got, right, let me do that again. 10, 20, 30. So you can see actually you see a body kind of floating in the water.
Oh boy.
Looks like it's face down. Doesn't look good.
Okay. And I still hear battle.
You do still hear battle, yeah.
Am I able to determine if it's coming from the north or the south or straight on?
Not really. It's kind of echoing
Echoey.
down the hallway.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. And the same thing, he's still holding the spell until he sees a target.
Okay.
That's it.
Right. Coyra, anything you would like to do?
Since there's still not much that Coyra can do, she can try to block the passageway a little bit in case anything wants to run out of the room that's not friendly again, while still having the scimitar ready
Okay.
to poke.
Okay. Vendetta's gonna move up to kind of. She just kind of like wants to stay in the safest zone possible. So so she's gonna hang out there. Ooh,
Totally
sorry,
approve.
Thorn. I almost skipped over you. Thorn.
I'm going to attack the same skeleton again.
Okay.
Doggone it. We started off so good.
I know. What happened?
That was my good roll this session.
Oh no. Alright. Then anything else you want to do?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Malvola?
Let's keep trying to take that one out.
Oh!
Okay, now we're talking.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's...
Oh.
And you thought the other one was, like, smashed? No, this one is, like, there's nothing left. Splinters fly everywhere. Thorn, you almost, like, take cover a little bit because it's just like an explosion of bone splinters. Yeah.
Nice.
Anybody need a bone toothpick?
Yeah, that Skelly is very dead. If only his friend had the sense to run away.
Yeah.
But no, he's going to try and hit at you again, Malvola. Ooh, and I think that misses, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, he misses. Palkas.
I really don't want to split the party at this point, so he's not seeing any immediate threat coming their way. So let's see if I can. Let's do this here. Yeah, okay, that'd work. He's going to move into the doorway, and try and take a shot at the skeleton with his chill touch.
Okay.
And then back out of the doorway.
All right.
With the rest of his movement.
Do it.
All right. Which? Nope. And then he backs out of the doorway.
Okay. And Coyra?
Yeah, since Coyra still can't do much, basically faces towards Ball, so it's now standing next to her, and she's like, I think they're doing pretty well in the room. I've heard bone splinter left and right, basically.
Oh, that's a good question. Do you have is
Yeah, I
that
hadn't thought about that.
is that a cantrip?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any spells left.
All right, got it. Thank you for the reminder.
No worries of surges.
He's not until he's gone back to bed.
Being out of spells might be a blessing in disguise.
Coyra, you think as well, you begin to notice, you hear like sounds of another fight going on the same way that Palkas did, coming from kind of echoing down the hallway to you.
Well, since Coyra hears that, she has. What did he see? As she obviously saw that he went there.
Oh, he'd say, there's a body at the end, but that's all I could see.
Okay.
Okay. Vendetta is going to continue to do her thing. Sorry, was there anything else you want to do, Coyra?
Nope.
Okay. Then Thorn.
Okay. Gonna come up to here and swipe at that one.
Okay.
Please do. Very violently. Yes. Yes, like that.
That's fairly violent.
That will definitely hit.
Yes.
Takes a big hit.
Yes.
There's not a lot of life left in that skelly.
Well,
That's a big
Wait a minute.
Not a lot of life or not a lot of unlife.
Yeah, I'm like, it's dead. Of course there is.
Would you like to remove the last of its unlife?
Sure.
Please do.
Undeath?
Very violently.
Oh,
Tell me
almost. And it's going to turn its attentions to Thorn after that big hit. And tries to hit you with the short sword. And misses.
Yay. Thank goodness for poor skeleton accuracy.
Then Palkas.
Same thing again. Pops his head in, except this time he'll actually move 5, 10, 15, 20 down here and take a shot at it with chill touch from there.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello.
Which does 7 necrotic damage, and it cannot heal for the next turn.
Yeah, it also
Awesome.
cannot heal for the next turn because it is dead. So
Dead or re-dead?
Dead enough for my likes. And Palkas, before ending his turn, will say to the others, "There's sounds of another battle around the corner out the door," and he'll point. Any sign, just so that I know that Thorn moved up here, but I don't know that you unveiled it for him.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Probably because I forgot because it's completely boring.
Okay.
So, it looks like another caved in kind of. You've been seeing them all, fairly frequently. It looks like these rooms and tunnels had other access points from street level, and that those have been caved in.
That makes sense. Old Thieves Highway.
Yeah, that of the city was trying to stop the incursion. That was the end of my turn.
Okay. We can just break turn order for
Okay.
now. Skelly
Okay.
threat is clear, so
As far as we know. All right. So Palka says, "Is there any further activity ahead?" Because he sees that there's a door up there, or a doorway up here.
It's a dead end.
Then I suggest we proceed quickly back the other way and see what's going on.
Yes.
And he'll move back out and assume his position again at the rear. Let's zoom back out a little bit here. There we go.
okay. So wait, Malvola, you have dark vision as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see 10, 20, 30, you can see.
Mine is actually 24 squares,
Okay, thank you. Did I get that right?
which means I can see like all the way across the map.
More or less,
Okay.
yes.
You see all the way to the end of kind of this cave area here. You probably have kind of advantage to see a little bit around the corner as well. So you see two people fighting on a raised area, like this bit here in the middle. Kind of breaks the surface of the water. It's a little like a kind of raise in the floor, in the ground. You can see another dead body kind of floating, bobbing about over here, and then there's one that Palkas spotted earlier there. And this person here is
I missed what you were pointing at.
oh, sorry. The person here.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have a handout for them. Okay, fair enough. They are. He has looks like a guy, and he has 2 daggers. And he is stabbing at this fairly large guy over there, who looks a little familiar. Like, you think you know this guy. And that guy over there, basically these two folks are in a fight, and the bigger guy, who you think you recognize, has a great club. He has like this massive, great big club that he's just swinging, and he seems to be just kind of like almost outmatched by the other guy. The other guy's moving much faster, and he's kind of dodging these blows from the great club. This guy's just kind of swinging the great club like wildly, and this guy is just kind of like ducking and dodging these blows.
Okay.
They have not spotted you yet.
Funny thing, I thought that Thorn was just like, "Oh yeah, I shoot."
That was a good roll.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
I have one question though. With him maybe recognizing him. Is it in a good or in a bad way?
That is a good question, and that's actually something I was wondering myself. Is the only really big person that I remember meeting was outside the bar, and that was a.
Mm.
Yep, that's not her. You think that this might be Mortlock Van Thamper. And I know this was a while ago, so just to kind of refresh your memory on who that is.
He's the one that knows.
He's the one that knows exactly what Nobby said.
Wasn't he the one that knew about the heist?
He is.
Okay.
You think that's him?
The big guy.
The big guy. Joe, do you guys want to hear? I have a handout for Mr. Van Thamper.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
He's a big dude.
He is a big dude, but he's clearly like outmatched, and he looks like he's actually got a couple of you see some kind of blood stains on his clothes. Maybe it's his blood, maybe it's not. He looks like he might
Is
have
that
been
a
stabbed.
club or a paddle?
Right? It's like a cricket bat or something. Guy's not messing around.
It's a disciplinary tool. And
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
yeah. Was it determined that this guy is friendly?
Yeah. What do we know of him?
He will certainly be more friendly if we make it so that he doesn't die.
That's a good call. Like, I would be more friendly if I don't die.
It doesn't get much friendlier than dead.
That's another way to go.
Also a valid point.
I mean, I'm not gonna harm a fly if I'm dead, so...
Oh, there was some skeletons over there.
They were undead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. On the dagger wielding guy.
This dude.
Eldritch Blast.
Bye for this new character.
Okay. Yep, that hits. Yes. So he kind of is completely caught off guard, right, and turns on his heel to look at where that came from, while he's kind of dodging out of the way of one of these big hefty swings from Mortlock, and sees you down the hallway. Apparently, seems to kind of lock eyes with you, and you see him kind of look at Thorn as well, and kind of glance around, and he says quite quickly to Mortlock, "You win this time." He says, "I didn't understand you had any friends left." And he disengages from the fight, and
Shoot him, Thorn.
runs off in this direction.
Aha! You sprung my trap card. Sorry, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh humor.
So he runs off in that direction. He did have a torch with him as well, and he takes that with him.
What did he look like?
I'm happy Palkas didn't know about the torch.
He looked like he's a human man. He's a kind of cloaked figure, basically, with daggers, and that's about all you could really see. He's got dark cloaked kind of clothing on.
So are you pursuing or what? Because right now I'm still around the
sorry.
corner, not knowing what's happening.
So sorry. So Malvola, you're moving up.
Yes. I would say. I don't know what I would say.
Die.
You see,
I don't know.
over in this corner, there's an opening with stairs.
Question, was Coyra able to see what happened? There's...
Yeah, because I think...
can-
Yep,
Okay.
you have dark vision, right? So,
Yep.
Yep.
I think so,
Uh,
yeah. So
Is
I'll
it
go...
60?
I think it's 60, yeah. So you could...
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect then.
I go back and I basically explain what I've seen to Palkas and Vendetta, just so that they are aware of what's going on, and I also tell that the others already went up, that we should maybe follow.
You cut out there. We should maybe.
Follow.
Let's go. And he kind of pushes Vendetta along.
Yeah, Vendetta will move up. She kind of goes, I'm just gonna hide in here. And so Morlock kind of looks surprised at you all. His eyes get kind of big, and then for a second you're not sure like how he's gonna react, because the look of recognition comes over his face.
Like,
and then he lets out this bellowing laugh. Oh, you lot! I had no idea I was going to see you lot down here, he says. And he
hey,
kind of
well,
leans on his club, like, puts his club on the, pointed the head of his club kind of on the floor and kind of like leans on it a little bit, clearly a little bit winded from the battle.
Do we
having
recognize-
fun.
He says, not exactly my idea of a good time.
Who is he?
Oh, sorry, you might have been away.
Yeah,
He's Morlock Van Thamper.
Do I know him?
You do know him. He is the person that knows about your heist.
Oh.
And you can see as well there is another dead body over there.
Wasn't he a bigwig of some sort or something?
He's certainly big.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a dead wooden thing as a weapon. I don't trust him.
He's you remember that the Van Thamper family is a prominent family in Baldur's Gate, because the matriarch of the family is one of the dukes of the city.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So do you guys, anything you guys want to do? Just waiting to see what he does, or?
I guess just move. I'm just gonna move up. Seeing him relaxed, I'm more or less going to be more relaxed. Though I'll hesitate around the corner just in case there's a surprise there waiting.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah. I'll tell him that we're down here clearing the place out for the flaming fist.
he says, "Why would you get mixed up with those guys? They're about ready to be run out of the city." My
It
mother,
wasn't exactly voluntary.
my mother will see to that, he says.
Coin is coin, and it was for a good cause. Killing off cultists that are murdering innocents is always worth getting paid for.
Besides, they conscripted us.
The city is in shambles, to be honest.
He says, yes, that's my mother's plan. He says, she's running this lot down here, and he kind of points at one of the dead cultists and says, their jobs to prove that the Flaming Fist can't handle the activity in the city. Says, and then once they're gone, she'll be the next Grand Duke.
They don't need them for it. The refugees seem to be filling their hands as it is. Have you a hand in the refugee situation?
He says, no, but my mother was certainly ready to get older Ravengard out the way. Says he was her other obstacle in becoming Grand Duke. She definitely was instrumental in convincing him to travel to Elturel and meet with the Overseer.
What happened?
He kind of looks at you blankly. Like,
He's like, for all the refugees to arrive. Do you know?
he says, Elturel's gone.
By what means? Palkas is having difficulty in gripping what he's describing.
He says, Elturel's been, shall we say, dragged down to the Nine Hells.
Probably for the best. So, have you had a falling out with your mother or something?
He says, look, it's no secret that she doesn't like me. He says, my brothers have always been her favourites.
Do we know of his brothers?
Yeah, you would kind of know that he's got two brothers that you know of, at least. Yeah. One of them is kind of like has this reputation for not being seen outside the estate, the family estate, the Van Thamper household.
So you feel like helping us clean out this nest then?
He says, well, if you've made it this far, you've probably killed all of them anyway.
Well, done our best.
He said, this lot, and he motions again to like the dead guys in the water. He says, these were assassins. Pretty sure my brothers sent them to kill me.
So,
What brings you down here?
He says, well, this is generally where I am these days. It's not like I'm particularly welcome at home. He says, I was trying to gain some favour with my mother, but clearly that's not, worked out very well, because if she's sending assassins after me, or my brothers are sending assassins after me, then I think they're just using this as an excuse to get rid of me.
What now for you? And Palkas looks up the stairs as he says it, like kind of over his shoulder.
He says, well, I need to get out of the city. He says, I'll probably try and book passage on a ship and leave. He says, but maybe we could stop by and see my brother first.
yeah, I mean, if we clear out the rest of your family, you could take over from them, couldn't you?
He says, I'm not going to take on my mother. He says, but if you want to take on the Van Thamper family, he says, first place to start is my brother Amric. He's often at the Low Lantern Tavern. He says, stop by there and give him a visit.
Is your mother an active member in the cult of the Dread 3? Or is she just, like, playing politics?
He says, she doesn't give a shit. She's just using them.
Fair enough.
He said they were receiving payments from my brother Amric. He's my mother's favourite. And
So
he
I-
kind of spits a bit when he says pit.
I guess I personally, I don't mean Palkas per se, but I personally am having some difficulty in recognizing that Mortlock or his brothers are, well, obviously they're threatening the city's security right now,
Mm-hmm.
but
Does
not
seem that way.
Mortlock. His family is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Although it sounds like he was part of threatening them until, he just decided that they were going to kill him instead.
Mm-hmm. What am I seeing up this stairway, by the way?
Up that stairway is you see kind of into a room. It has some wooden chests piled in the middle of it.
Well, that sounds promising.
He says, so Mortlock kind of sees you looking up there, Palkas, and says, "That's where they keep, all the valuables." And then Coyra, you're having a look up these steps.
Yep, indeed.
And you see this opens into another room up at the top. You kind of see like a little bit this way, a little bit that way. And then Malvola is looking over here. Malvola can see through space and time, so he sees that much.
Come up onto the island.
Yeah, it's just what it costs to get that ability.
You see a wooden crate, Malvola, down, kind of, you can see the edge of it, like, just seems to be in the center of this little area here, and there's another opening here.
I'll say to our chunky friend here that, basically they want us to kill everything down here. That doesn't seem to include you. I don't really care who runs the city. You can help, or you can get going, or you can hang around. Or I suppose if we have to, we can add you to the kill list, but it's your choice. I don't know why you'd want that.
He says, well, I think I'll opt out of that last one if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm opting out of either decision on that. I don't want none of that.
Palkas would like to try and get a bead on Mortlock's claim to trying to leave the city, if he's telling the truth about that. That's actually what he might do when he said that.
Okay. You want to do an insight check?
Yes, please.
You don't know.
Okay.
He is 100% telling you the absolute truth.
Tough to tell when most of his face is scars.
He's the most trustworthy person you've ever met.
I guess you probably have a title that I should know, but Mr. Van Thamper, unless you have a secret way out, you might as well tag along with us. If you feel like fighting, then join in. If not, then stay with the tiefling, and we'll try to stop stuff coming your way. Our plan is to finish going through this place and kill everything that's left, and then get out.
He says, well, he points down the hallway down here. He says, that's the only way out. He says, my good friend over there has run into a dead end as far as I know.
Interesting.
And he's kind of motioning over his shoulder to this area.
With the number of areas that have been collapsed, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them had been uncovered. There have also been secret passages. It's not beyond the realm of thought to see that somebody could find another way out. And Palkas reaches down to one of the bodies here to search them for any kind of loot.
Yeah. Coyra was actually thinking to do the same with this guy.
So they are carrying scimitars, and they look like they've taken heavy wounds from some large blunt object. And
Shocking.
they're also
Oh, I could have
wearing.
done that.
Yeah. They look like they're wearing kind of the same robes as you've seen some of the other folks wearing. And in fact, one of these guys looks like the guy that ran away from you before.
Instead.
So,
Okay.
How does the scimitar look?
scimitar doesn't look as nice as yours.
Palkas
No.
grabs the scimitar from this one, holds it up, says, Vendetta, do you prefer this or your spear?
She's like,
We're not out of it yet.
she says, this one seems like it's a little less up close and personal. I think I'll stick with the spear.
All
Good
right.
call.
And Palkas gently puts the scimitar back down through the guy's corpse.
Okay.
Okay, so to Fanpros say, well, unless they've moved in behind us, we've killed everything down that way. So, your exit's clear.
I mean, since this guy seems friendly, I ask him if he knows anything about these beans that I found a few rooms ago.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look. Would he know?
I just saw them in my inventory.
Death beans.
The zombies.
The zombie.
Zombies.
He says, I've never seen anything like that before.
Actually, I never asked Vendetta. Hey!
She's like, I wouldn't try eating them.
Yeah, that I wasn't planning on. Sniffles didn't want.
So Palkas says to Mortlock, so why were you down here?
He says, look, he says, maybe I'm not my mother's favourite, but I'm still, a Van Thamper.
You were planning on clearing out the cultists? Or were
He
you
says,
trying to lead them?
Not exactly. He says, I had been involved in this organisation until a few hours ago when they turned on me, this lot.
So, where are your loyalties now?
He says, well, if my brothers are trying to kill me, then there's only one place my loyalty lies now.
With yourself.
Exactly.
Question, could Coyra hear the conversation about this room being a dead end when he was
Yeah.
talking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the guy that ran away, if this is a dead end, he should be either there or where Malvola is right now looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So we might be able to get a chance on that guy if we want.
Well, we've been sent down here to kill cultists. Mortlock, you're not a cultist, right? He says it like expectantly at this point. Like he knows the answer, but
Morlock just kind of rolls his eyes at you.
he says, well then. And he just
Welcome
kind of
aboard.
like motions his like over his shoulder, like, go ahead and get out of here.
He says, well, before I do, he says, I'd like to know what your next move is.
Well, I think we're going to pay your brother a visit at the Low Lantern.
He says, and then the other thing, do you still have it? He says,
Yes.
which one of you has it? He says, kind of looking like between you.
It's not down here. Are you crazy?
Make a deception check.
I'm not convinced Thorn knows whether he's lying or not.
I'm wondering suddenly if a small pouch of zombies was somebody's previous one before. We've got a corpse with us, right? We could just stuff them in there. No, just...
Open wide, Flynn.
Wow. Oh wait, insight is wisdom. Okay, let's see if Morlock believes you. Yes, he believes you. Okay. He says, a wise move.
Quite.
He says, can you imagine if all of you had been wiped out with these cultists, then it would have fallen into the wrong hands for sure.
Yes. The wrong hands.
I don't think anybody's hands are the right hands for that thing.
He says, well, I will leave you to see to my friend there.
Yeah, we'll sort them out.
He starts and he's kind of looking down at his like he's got kind of blood oozing from a wound on his on his ribs, and he's kind of looking down at it. Says, yeah, I think I need to go lay low for a bit. Says, then I'm done with Baldur's Gate.
Okay, well, we'll give your brother your regards for you before we kill him.
Excellent. Says, I owe you.
Yeah.
And he starts kind of making his way out.
Good luck.
Says, excuse me, ladies, as he walks past Coyra and Vendetta.
Woo! One didn't push me.
He's he's this towering hulk of a guy, and he's just.
Yes, I'll gladly go out to it. Also, he has Deadwood with him, so evil.
He's got it kind of he's got one hand over the wound on his ribs, and the other he's hoisted this massive club over his shoulder, and he's kind of just wading through the water. The water doesn't come up that high, just up to his calves. Yeah, so he'll kind of go round the corner and disappear from view.
Once he's out of sight, Palkas actually lets a bit of a breath out and says, he makes me nervous.
Yes.
Same.
Well, as long as he's out of Baldur's Gate and out of... That's
Palkas,
good.
Palkas said, well, let's have a look, see what's in here. And then
Yes,
perhaps we can have a look elsewhere. Palkas says, but I don't want anyone to escape, so
No,
I'll keep an eye over here with Vendetta
Yeah.
if you want to check in.
Sure, I'll take a look. Coyra carefully goes up the stairs to take a look, just in case there's something waiting.
Okay. So you see a very kind of uninteresting blob of a room, and it has in it short flight of stairs, climbs to a circular chamber with 4 padlocked wooden chests piled in the middle of it.
Cool.
I have the keys.
Okay.
I'm gonna open these chests, as I have the keys, I hope.
When you say small padlocked wooden chests, small as in we could put them in a sack and carry them with us?
I'm not quite
no.
that small.
Okay, just curious.
You're not gonna throw chests at people.
Not quite as small as a bread box small.
I mean, in the terms of
I was just
in
meaning,
terms
could
of,
we take
check-
this?
I mean, are we talking the size of a schnauzer, or the size of a beach cooler?
Yeah, like a beach cooler.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So you could put them in a large enough sack.
Yep, you could.
Yep. Anyway,
Yeah, maybe
You're trying the keys.
well, kind of a smallish cooler, I would say. Nothing huge, right?
Does any of the keys fit?
They do.
Loot!
Yay!
I'll open the chests one by one, just in case something decides to jump out of it. I mean, I've seen dead bodies come back alive, so... Yes, rather safe than sorry.
Okay. Alright, so, I don't know if you... Well, I don't know what you... I'll describe what you see in each chest, and you can let me know what you're going to do with it. So, chest number 1 holds a really large quantity of copper pieces. You think there are thousands in there. It also holds 2 red crystal vials with gold stoppers.
Crystal.
And that's it for that chest.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Chest number 2 contains 10 kind of like agate gemstones and a large quantity of silver pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I quickly googled an agate gemstone, just so I know what it is.
Oh, okay. Cool. Chest number 3. Oh yeah, picnic basket. That's a good. I like that.
Picnic basket.
Picnic basket size chest.
Yeah, picnic
Chest number 3 contains
You
a
open it and a bear comes out.
picnic basket.
Now I'm imagining Coyra hiding in there as a tiny spider in you, and eventually she transforms in a face.
Jumps on your face.
How many ants can you wild shape into?
What?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Eh.
Alright, chest number 3 contains a delicate porcelain dragon mask. And that is resting on a bed of coin as well. And it is a large quantity, like in the thousands of copper pieces. Mixed in seems to be a smaller quantity of silver pieces.
Okay.
And chest number 4 contains a bronze crown with 5 spires. Each spire is painted to resemble one of the 5 kinds of chromatic dragons. So there's a black dragon, a blue dragon, a green, a red, and a white.
What was the last one? You cut out for me.
Oh, sorry. The colours, you mean?
Yeah, the last color.
White.
White, yep.
Okay.
So, could you make a religion check for me, please?
I may be able to do that if I can find it. Found it.
Okay. You recognize the crown might have some kind of like tie-in with Tiamat? Like you think this is a representation of Tiamat? Something to do with that, maybe? Like five dragons. You're like, the only thing you know with 5 dragons is Tiamat stuff. So
Tiamat is known as a fairly evil dragon goddess.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. The only Tiamat I knew before this was by watching TV, and there was a person that tried to transform herself into a dragon. So
oh.
the description makes more sense now to me, Vallen.
I might need to replace the tape on my glasses at this point, but the technically at this point in the timeline for Forgotten Realms, Tiamat is not yet a god.
Fair enough. Godlike entity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, that is fair enough. Okay. So
Okay.
that's what you see. That's the
Definitely
contents
worth
of the chest.
prostrating yourself in front of. Should
So,
she appear?
Hi!
Since Coyra
Have we met?
is not greedy, and let's be honest, it's too much to carry either way for one person, she goes back and she tells Palkas and Thorn already what's in those chests, that the keys worked on the chest, what's inside of them, and basically asks them what we're gonna do with it.
Palkas says, I've got a couple sacks. We can put a couple chests in each one, and I will carry them.
Okay.
You keep them locked, you keep the keys.
We can spread some of the copper around if you need to even the weight out a bit. Copper's heavy for its value.
If we get into a fight, I'll put the bags down.
Okay.
So Coyra goes back and locks the chests again, as it's a fairly good idea. I mean, if something is in it and we try to take it out, it's better if we're prepared for that. So if we're outside of this place, it might be better.
So, but you've removed one of the gemstones, right? Like, you've kind of... So you have one of those on your person, and then the rest of them are in the crate. Or the chest. Is that right? Or...
The agate gemstone you took out?
I don't know. I can't remember if I did it or not.
Oh, well, I mean...
I don't remember her saying that she did that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
No worries.
can't. Only thing I remember with that gemstone is that I googled what it was.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
As
my
I
bad.
didn't know what an agate gemstone is. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the chests intact just out of safety, as we've seen this place, we've seen that sometimes touching things can lead to really bad situations. So the chests are back locked up, and
Okay, doke. And
we'll basically listen to what Palkas said.
So crazy question. How
yes,
much would you estimate each chest to weigh?
why? It's funny you mention that.
The exact number.
The first one weighs about 70 pounds. The one with all the copper coins and the 2 red vials.
Not a surprise.
Okay.
The second one weighs 37 pounds. That's the one with the agate gemstones and the silver pieces.
37, you said?
37, yep.
Okay.
The third one weighs 55 pounds.
Okay.
And the last one is very light, actually, because it only has the crown in it. So it weighs about 5 pounds.
Oh, 5 pounds, you say?
5 pounds, I say.
Oh no, that's gonna get thrown, isn't it?
It's gonna be too much.
Oh.
I won't be able to carry quite so much.
Yeah.
So
I think the best thing to do is take out
The crown, maybe.
items and the silver, and then you just spread around as much copper as we each want to carry as well.
I'm not there, but I definitely suggest taking the vials.
Oh yeah.
Who cares about the
Yeah, definitely. If we have to leave something behind, it's best to take it at least
1,000 copper is
content.
10 gold, right?
well, how's this? Can somebody carry 60 pounds?
I have absolutely no idea. How do I see that?
What's your strength?
Yes.
What is your strength?
Yes.
My
let
strength
me
score
find-
is 15.
-1.
Okay, I would not recommend you to
Alright,
carry
that's-
extra equipment. I know that currently Malvola is carrying Flynn. What
Yeah,
about?
that's like my 60 pounds right there.
Yeah. What about you, Thorn?
I can lump the 70-pound box around.
Well, I was
and
just meaning because
drop
I
it
can
if I want to do anything.
I can split like the 70. I can split like the heavier load, the 70 and the 37 into one bag, and then the 55 and 5 into another, and you can carry that one.
Okay, I can do that.
So I've got 2 sacks. So if you want to put down that you've got chests 3 and 4
Okay,
in one sack,
right.
I will eliminate them from my
I will be
inventory.
over encumbered, but not completely destroyed.
Right, I am not over encumbered any longer. Thank you.
You've also got Vendetta.
Yeah, she's carrying a spear. she's barely able to carry herself right now.
Yeah, he's not very well still.
Okay, so while you guys are divvying up the chests,
So, Vallen, quick correction. Apparently it's 9, not -1.
Yeah, I understood what you meant though when you said that.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
okay, so while you guys are kind of sorting out the loot over there, darting around the corner, Malvola is the friend, and they I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Darn surprise. Should have taken care of the enemy first. What was I thinking? Got the
Okay.
loot sparkling.
So you are stunned until the end of your next turn. And actually, we should roll for initiative.
Oh crap.
Nope.
I'm proud of myself that I remembered how to do it.
It's like falling off a bicycle.
Oh.
You remember that it hurts.
Yes, and I still do it if I get the chance to.
Okay, so is that everybody? Oh, Vendetta. Hang on. Let me get Vendetta in here.
Oi. Oi.
Alright. So is that everybody? I think that's everybody, right? So he darts forward. So first of all, he stunned you, and then he darts forward and stabs at you twice with his daggers.
How does he get to take multiple actions?
He's a
Because
high
the stunning action was the surprise round, and now it's his
Ah.
initiative.
Oh.
Yeah, he kind of has a high initiative.
So he is going to stab at you. Oh, hang on. The first one misses. Now let me switch this so that they don't whisper the rolls anymore. And the second one, the second one hits
Yep.
Uh-oh.
for 7 piercing.
Uh-oh.
I am at -1.
Drops. Okay.
Okay, so wait, so he moved 10. Then he's going to, having dropped you, he's going to continue to move over here. Right, hang on.
Shit, this guy's just gonna run around and just take us all out one at a time.
Nah.
He's going to, wait, hang on. He shoves Vendetta against the wall and makes a run for it. So
Does he have that many actions?
Yeah, that.
Because overrun is definitely an action.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
you do, yeah.
I will take that attack of opportunity.
Okay, do it.
With me maul.
Then you know what, he will end up, he'll kind of, alright, then he stops there. He does stop there and takes the hit with the maul. The maul connects. Okay.
That was a pretty good hit.
And he takes a serious wallop from it. Alright. Then Thorn.
Come up to here and stab him. And I assume he's flanked, since there's 3 enemies around him, so I should get advantage, right?
Sure. You didn't need it, but
Well, it's best to know.
Nice.
okay. He takes another big stab from Thorn. Vendetta kind of like,
Eh! Just holds the spear in front of
she's
her.
going to, she's going to try weakly, she tries to, and she fails with her swing of the spear. She's trying to hold her ground. She looks very shocked and afraid. And Coyra.
Coyra, wait, what? Okay. Goes up to here, tries to whack him with her scimitar,
Dope.
which I assume fails.
That does miss.
And I can still move, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I move up to Malvola and I try to help if that's possible with a bonus action, but I don't think I have anything to help that station. I don't.
You can help him next time. Then.
Indeed.
Yeah. Do you who has the
Me.
The
okay.
medkit.
Okay. This guy is going to take the opportunity as you move away to try and get a stab. He's going to use his reaction to try and stab you. And I think he misses. Yep. Okay.
Nice.
So Malvola then. First death saving throw, please. Oh, success. Okay.
Excellent.
Alright, Palkas.
Palkas, probably just surprised by the guy's presence, embroiled in battle, is not tending to Malvola at the moment. I'm sorry, Malvola, to roleplay it. But he would then boom and try hitting the guy again. Let's see if we can do this. Nope. No good. So then... Oops, I just drew and I didn't want to. I'm sorry. I was trying to... I will then circle around him to the other side and tell Vendetta to get back.
Okay. Wait, the boom is...
That's if I hit, it enshrouds him with thunderous energy, and then
Okay.
it's still a cantrip.
Okay. Do you want to hand off as a bonus action?
Hand off.
You have the kit, right?
Oh, yeah. I'd do that. I'd hand off the kit to... That's a good idea. to Coyra.
Coyra thanks him and says she'll do her best.
Okay. This guy kind of sneers and turns to Palkas and is going to actually Palkas, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. He's a pretty easy target. Wisdom saving throw. There you go.
Okay. You feel like he's got this, like, he locks eyes with you for a minute, and then you shake it off, like, get out of my head, dude.
Oh no.
So then,
Busy handing out band-aids. Leave me alone.
then he's going to try and stab you twice with his daggers.
They both hit.
Yeah, they both hit.
My armor class is 10.
Oof.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't think this is going to go well.
That's the first one.
And
there's the second one.
Second one drops me. So,
Okay.
Told you, he's just going to slowly finish us off.
Alright. Thorn.
Gonna shank him.
Okay.
Oh, did I?
That hits.
And do I get the natural 20 for that? The surrounding? Oh no, it just dropped. So no, I didn't. It's just a normal.
Yeah.
Hammer.
Well, Vendetta is still there. She's trying to hit him.
Let's see.
Alright, so he takes another swing from me. And Vendetta, seeing Palkas kind of drop as well, summons all her courage and is gonna. Actually, she does get. Okay, hang on.
Brave Sir Robin.
She's gonna try and hit the guy.
Ooh.
Vendetta with the spear. What's the spear's damage?
1d6.
Thank you very much.
Plus.
Well, it depends on whether she's
strength.
using it one-handed or two-handed.
Two-handed.
If it's two-handed, it's D8.
Yep, it's 1d8. And then plus strength.
Okay, she doesn't have any strength. But she does manage to do 4 damage to the dude.
Awesome.
Go Vendetta.
Yeah.
Just getting the hang of it.
Alright, Coyra.
First question. The thing the Palkas gave me, there was a medkit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was called. How many uses does it have?
Several.
And how do I use it?
Someone hands you a first aid kit
So
in real life. And yeah. So you see them bleeding, you apply a wound, you apply
Okay, so it's
pressure,
not like I have
something
to
like
click some. So
yeah,
No.
you don't have to roll
If
or
you
anything.
didn't have one, then you would have to probably click something.
if I
Yeah.
didn't what?
If you did not have a medical kit, then you're trying to make good with what you have at hand, and you would have to roll.
Mhm.
So since Malvola fell first, Coyra is gonna help Malvola with medkit.
Okay.
And
You're not down. You're a half orc.
I've used that ability.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but didn't we sleep?
You did sleep.
Have you had you've had a long rest since then.
Yep.
But then I got knocked down when we got jumped in the hallway, and we did a short rest.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Coyra. I
no
was just like
worries.
trying to
It's
save your life.
Believe me, I would be all about it.
Alright, so you're able. So you use the med kit on Malvola. So Malvola,
Yep.
you're stabilized.
And can I turn around and use the medkit on Palkas as a bonus action?
Sure.
Then I'll do that. I'm not letting my teammates die. We already lost
Nurse
one.
Coyra.
Alright.
I
So
mean, it says for
MVP.
I watched all
Medic!
of my friends as if they were a litter of newborn pups. So
That's very druidish.
what are those things called? What's
What?
the thing? What's the tool that?
The tool.
Yeah. What's the thing that you just gave?
Oh,
The
sorry.
medkit.
The healer's kit.
Healer's kit. Okay.
It's got 4 uses left now.
Okay.
After
I'm
you
just
use.
looking to see.
I'm gonna put a 0 next to mine because I don't have it right.
Okay, it's supposed to be an action. Actually, not a.
sorry, what?
So it's supposed to be an action. Sorry, not a bonus action.
Okay.
So you can get Malvola this time, but not Palkas.
Yeah, then I'm gonna get Palkas next time.
Okay, doke. Alright, so Malvola.
So-
Oh, sorry.
Where am I at this point? I mean, am I conscious at 1 hit point or what?
It takes you. It stabilizes you, right? So
Yes.
you're
Yeah,
still
it
at
does.
0, but you don't have to make death saving throws anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I lay there.
Good
Do
job.
the
It's a
answer.
smart play.
I like that option.
Palkas,
I need to make a death save.
you do.
Ba-ba-ba.
Anything but one.
And there we go.
Oh, so close.
Would have been nice.
And this guy is going to use his action to disengage from you, Thorn, and makes his way. He looks quite heavily wounded, and he's making his way down the hall. Vendetta is going to get an attack of opportunity though, and she will take it. Sure, why not?
I'm proud of her. She's grown so fast.
Tripping.
Oh, I can't remember what his AC is. Oh, she just misses. Okay. So he's going to wait. Hang on, so that's 5, 15, 20, 21. Okay, so he's running. Thorn.
Shoot him in the back.
Yeah, if I can, I'll just drop my sword and shield into the muck, bring out my bow, and snap a shot off at him.
Yep, sure.
Shoot him in the butt.
Shoot him in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hits.
Beautiful.
Ooh, wow.
And you drop him.
That's a good shot.
Good.
Right in the
I would be
back.
surprised if it didn't, because that guy's already taken 30 points of damage before that.
But he was getting
Yeah.
2
Right up
attacks.
Main Street.
2
You rolled
attacks.
well on him.
He's probably 5th level at least.
I'm happy he dropped.
Yeah, okay, that's fantastic. I'll fetch my sword and old shield back out of the crab and go
Okay.
and poke at his body with my toe.
Okay. So I think we can break turn order again. So
Oh,
go.
I'll do the thing to Palkas that I said earlier that I would do, as now I have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Vendetta she drops the spear and kind of crouches down in the water, and she's like trying to lift Palkas' head up out of the water, like trying to make sure
gosh.
that you don't drown, you know. So,
Thank you, Vendetta. Thank
As I
you,
pass her,
Coyra.
I'm going to say, that was great work. Now try to get your shoulder in next time, that's it. You'll get there.
She's like, I really hope there isn't a next time.
Oh, there's always a next time.
What a motivation speech!
So I'll go and, bother Mr.
Well, there's
Snippy here.
3 1/10 of us left. 2 of us are from the original party.
Okay, so he has I take it you're searching his body.
Yeah, I want to see what, who he is and what he's got on him and stuff.
So he has these kind of dark cloaked robes on him, and they have a symbol that you've come to know to represent Baal in your excursion in this area. So he's got that going on, and then he has the 2 daggers. You can kind of see glinting through the murky water that he's now, he dropped as he got shot with the arrow and kind of fell to the water face down. So
Yeah, good. Does any of it look particularly well made or anything?
and the daggers look quite nice. I mean, the robes are like, just kind of cultist robe.
Sure.
Got an arrow
If
hole in the
Daggers are
back.
always useful.
If anything is damaged, the Coyra can repair it. So she's shown that before that she can.
I think we're good for cultist robes, but I'll take dagger.
Okay.
Daggers.
Sure.
I'll knock off an arrow. You can keep that.
All right. So Palkas, you are.
Laying there in the water, being held
Yeah.
above.
Yep. So you're stabilized though. So.
Yep.
After Coyra used the med thingy on Palkas, he shoves it back in his little pouch. Little in his pouch, I should say.
So, what are you 2 doing? with all this dead weight.
I think the best thing to do, Coyra, is to help everyone into the treasure chamber.
I was thinking exactly the same as
Nice
that
and
we
defensible.
have the best chance of doing anything.
Yeah, Vendetta will
So
help.
that's all
so-
we'll do. We'll
Yeah.
help everyone into the treasure chamber.
Okay. So Vendetta will help you like carry gear or whatever as well.
Yeah,
So you kind of
yeah. I mean, with bodies and gear and bags of treasure and stuff, it's very
Yeah.
but
And I mean,
unless
we
we're
could
interrupted, we'll sort all that out. And
we
then
could also
I'll
pile up the
camp out at the bottom of the
chests.
stairs there.
okay.
If you
afterwards.
want, we can also pile up the chest at the top of the stairs, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as easy
Yeah.
to get in.
Okay.
100%.
So Vendetta will come over
And
here.
I can probably go there actually, can't I? With the chests sort of there-ish.
Yep,
Mhm.
chests are like placed just on top of the stairs, so if anything bad happens, we could just shove them down so it falls on people too.
So I think Palkas, you're dragged over as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, most of the way you just kind of floated over, but kind of thump, 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 thump up the stairs.
In the event of a water landing,
So you're doing a short rest or a long rest or?
We definitely need a long rest.
Yeah,
We don't have any
if we get the chance to, we'll do a long rest for sure.
Yeah.
So, if there's any light sources visible in this kind of broad area, then I'll douse those.
Nope. The only light source was taken by the other guy, by this guy. He took it with him in here, and then it was doused pretty quickly. So.
Okay, great. Well, fine.
Oh, yeah.
Sniffles, don't forget Sniffles.
Sniffles. Right.
I'm gonna be right back, need a quick
Yeah.
bathroom.
Okay, alright. So yeah, you're able to get a long rest with no interruption because everybody's dead. So,
I have a question.
yes.
Would would anybody have put Palkas's nightcap back on?
I think Thorn would have done.
Okay.
Because he has one as well, and he knows.
All right. If that's the
Uses
case,
it.
then all is fine. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Got to keep reality at bay as much as we can.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you have a nightcap, don't you? Dragons was just asking that.
I do. I have a nightcap that grants Palkas good sleeps and keeps him from having extremely disruptive night terrors. So,
Yeah, that's the last thing now.
yeah, you don't want Palkas to suddenly wake up in Wild Surge. It's a bad thing. So,
Alright, so what's the plan after your long rest?
Well, I mean, I know you just told us we killed everything, but we don't know that. So I guess, if nothing else, I can go and scout out these last 2 areas and see if there's anything interesting, going on.
Mm-hmm.
I can sneak it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
no need for hit dice, Malvola, if it's a long rest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Okay.
We all slept.
My
It was lovely.
my organs grew back.
Nice! So,
Congrats.
with this, we heal fully back and we get our spell wounds back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How many do? 3, right? Spell
Yeah.
points or 2?
Each person is different. You get back as many as you had.
I assume I had 3, but just safety.
I'm pretty sure you have. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so what you find, so if you're ready to kind of break from your long rest,
Yeah,
then I can,
yeah.
okay. Then in the top room here, you find this and this
Ooh.
at this end, and then at this end, you find kind of a curtain. So
Pay no attention to the guy in
really short guys. Got lots of levers. And, so burnt torch stubs litter the floor of this hall, the western end of which is occupied by 3 6-foot-tall painted wooden statues. Each statue is atop a 2-foot-high block of red-coloured stone. It says redstone, but I'm not not going to confuse this. It's stone that is red in colour, making it look taller and more foreboding. The centre statue resembles a heavily armoured man whose face is hidden behind the fearsome visor of his helmet. He's painted red except for his right gauntlet, which is black. Clutched in the gauntlet is a blood-red spear pointed upward. The statue to the north depicts a purple-garbed male noble wearing a harlequin mask, and he's holding a dagger behind his back. And the statue to the south portrays a black-robed skeleton with its jaw wide open and bony hands outstretched.
Right. The 3 hombres.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So are you approaching these statues at all?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. For
Are
sure.
the statues approaching
Okay.
him?
So, I need you to make a charisma roll, please. Charisma saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Okay. I couldn't type
going to wake to find Thorn dead in the other room.
Okay. You feel compelled to kneel before this statue.
I'll kneel, I guess.
Okay. And you feel like you have to stay there. And periodically you can kind of like try and resist the urge to kneel there.
Okay. I'll resist.
Okay.
Creeping as I can, because it's fairly dull.
Okay, you resist quite quickly and and you're able to kind of shake it off and get back up.
Try setting fire to it.
Okay. How are you going to do
like
that?
that idea.
Well, I have a tinderbox,
Oh, okay.
so just... I don't have much of kindling, but
There's
that's it.
nubs of torches all over the room.
There are nubs of torches. Right, so I'll try and get some torches and make a little sort of bonfire around its feet and then fire it.
Okay.
Don't forget, Palkas has a satchel full of torches too.
Yeah, but I don't want to deprive Palkas of his beloved ammunition.
I must say, I really approve of this idea. The wood is.
I think you're giving him the idea that wood is evil at this point.
I mean, so far, wood has only caused issues for me.
Well, that's true.
Not hitting people.
You know, my arrow shafts are made of wood. But they kill
See,
people.
You have a difference between evil wood and not evil.
I just can't help that Shy must have been like skipping classes a lot at Druid School.
What is cool?
Okay, so it's gonna take you like a little bit to get it going. It's quite damp down here. But eventually you can kind of start to see a fire catching, the blaze catching.
Okay. So I'll go and have a look at this curtain over here.
Okay. So behind the curtain is
not a boar's head, not a boar's head.
No, not a boar's head. It's an opening into a room, actually. I don't know if you want to go inside or.
I'm sorry, I hung for a moment.
Oh, sorry.
Roll back there. Oh yeah, I'll definitely go in.
Okay. So scurrying around this room are, and we'll do that, are rats.
Okay.
And they are scurrying in amongst a bunch of wooden crates.
That's rough, sniffles.
I mean, as long as they're not bothering me, I'll leave them alone. But I'll see if I can lever open the crate and have a look inside.
Okay.
Zombies.
Just full of zombies. So are you going to go through it looks like there are about 9 crates. Are you going to go through all of them? Or?
I'll have a look at the first one and then make a call based on what's there.
Okay. Let's do this then.
And a 9-sided die.
Okay. It's empty.
I will try another one then. Empty's boring.
Okay, this one has some stuff in it. It looks like this one has a bunch of food in it. And it's kind of like, looks like the kind of food that you would take on like a trip, so it's not spoilable kind of food. It's
a
That's
picnic
cool. I'll
basket.
grab a bit of jerky and start snacking.
okay.
I'll come to the door down here and see if it opens.
Okay, yep, that door will open and connects to that space.
Right.
And yeah, in this area is a crate, another crate. This
Okay.
one is it's a fairly large size crate, and on the outside of it says torches.
Torches. Well, I mean, that's fantastic news. I'll go back. I'll mention the statues and having them set on fire and the other crates that I haven't really taken much attention of, but particularly torches, Palkas, torches.
I have what I can carry right now. I think what we have is more valuable than the torches I could carry. But I appreciate it.
Anyway, there's food if you want a snack. Rats if you want another rat. Stuff.
Hey!
I think I just want to leave.
Yes. I imagine that
So,
Vendetta would like to get out of here by now.
She kind of nods her head, like, yep, like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
what room were those rats in?
they were in here. Kind of
Thanks.
3 things up from where we are now. Yeah, there.
Okay, I'm gonna see if Sniffles wants to stay with others of his kind then.
Okay, so you
I
have.
feel like he might be safe there. So yeah, I head to the room with rats. So adorable.
Okay.
And I show Sniffles that if he wants, he can stay.
Okay. So Sniffles kind of like, hops down, like if you're bending down, kind of to set him down. He does hop down, and he like scurries away a little bit, and he kind of sits back and like sits up and looks at you for a minute, and then scurries away and kind of rejoins his rat family.
Okay.
There are some unopened chests in this room.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Oh, crates. Sorry, not chests.
No, I think I'm fine. We have a lot of loot already, I think.
Gosh,
Any extras might just be
one
too
of them's
much.
gonna have an aggressive rat swarm. Come on, just open the crate. No, I'm kidding.
I'll tell the others the sad news that Sniffles left us now.
You finally killed it.
No! Are you crazy? It's with its family now.
You killed them?
I guess Thorn is going to go back and have a look at the crates, kashcah.
What was that?
What?
Sorry.
I think Thorn is going to go back and have a look at the other crates.
Okay.
You never know where some useful information might be hiding.
Alright. Yeah, so if you're going to go through all of the other crates, you will find there's well, you already found the food. There's a collection of other gear, right? And I'm just going to kind of list it off in no particular order. There's a bag of caltrops. 3 flasks of kind of orangey looking liquid, 6 sets of manacles, it's always fun, 4 tinder boxes.
Did you say the manacles are always fun?
That was like a grenade, I just tossed it out there. 9 daggers and 4 potions of rather delicious looking red liquid.
Well, anything that looks potiony definitely going to come along. I'll have a sniff of these orange flasks. Does it smell like booze, or does it smell like something odd? Or
It smells not like, well, it smells like alcohol, but not in a booze kind of way. Like it smells like
paraffin or something?
yeah, like not paraffin even. It smells even stronger than that. Like
Whiskey.
It's well, I'm trying to think if you would have smelled this before. Oh, maybe you.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Make a intelligence roll.
Okay.
You think it's alchemist fire?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Great.
I'm definitely taking that down.
Okay.
So I'll swap out the tinderbox I just used for a new fresh one.
Okay.
I'll take the bag of caltrops because caltrops. And then I'll take the potions and the alchemist fire.
Okie doke.
I will not be recording that. That is up to you to put on your sheet.
Yeah, I'll do that now. 4 red potions.
And all sorts of rats and rat food were found as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be quite enjoying themselves in one particular crate.
I bet.
The torches,
I
of
wonder
course.
which one. I mean, Sniffles is sumo, you can do with torch, so...
He's got stories for his, grand rats.
The horror story.
His whole family is going to hear about Sniffles' adventures.
I will mention this stuff that I'm picking up to everyone else. If anybody wants a potion or a flask of alcohol, I'm happy to hand it over. I'll keep one of each myself, the rest is fair game.
Palkas says, a good find for sure. We can, of course, identify these items once we've found better
Identifying items.
safety. Or perhaps have someone identify them. Besides, I'm sure Vendetta is ready to leave.
Really quick and probably stupid question because of their long rest. So now we have 2 shapes again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just saw the number and I was like, wait, what?
No, that's a perfectly good question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's form up and move out.
There is one thing I want to do before we go.
Okay. Get the hand.
Of course.
Didn't
I'm
open
going
that
to.
crate.
I am going to topple the other 2 statues that are not on fire, so that they fall into the one that is on fire. So hopefully that they all become.
Okay. It is starting to get a little smoky over there, for sure. It's this kind of thick smoke hanging in the air. So they are pretty freaking heavy. Hang on, let me look at how heavy they are. Make a athletics check to see if you can topple it.
That's gonna be funny.
Hey!
Ooh,
Your
nice.
anger fuels you.
Nerd rage. I actually get a penalty to strength rolls, so that's hilarious.
Oh, that's right. You use your charisma for your weapon, don't you?
Everything.
So you're able to topple them. You get, when you topple the one that represents Merkel, who's the Lord of Bones, that's the
south one.
Yeah, the south one. You get kind of a strange, like all the hair on the back of your neck stands up, and it's just this really like coldness in your body. Like it's like there's this pretty strange feeling that overcomes you.
I actually just felt that for Neil.
But yeah, you're able to topple them into the one that's on fire, the one for Bane, and yep.
Well done.
All right.
You feel pretty confident that sooner or later they're gonna burn.
All right.
I think we've killed everyone, killed and vandalized everything to vandalize. I think we're good.
let's leave.
Yes. Let's leave.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to just kind of show me your route?
Trying to zoom out right now. Let's see here. So we start. No snap. All right. So here. Through here.
Mm-hmm.
Back down. This way.
Okay.
And then at this point, I'm not sure which way to go.
I would just stay in the water section
Yeah,
because
same.
you're shortcutting around a whole bunch of stuff.
And then all the way over here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, hold on, I gotta scroll at this point because that's a lot of drawing. And then we're gonna
You're
go.
just heading north. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, out this way.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, you all whoa, that was craziness.
Sorry.
You all appear. Actually, can I just? I think I can just do this.
Back up this
Hang on one
way.
second, folks. I'm just gonna move your tokens.
No worries.
Over
And
here.
then.
All right. Stop. So you're back up in the bathhouse. It's like a breath of fresh air as you
Yeah.
make your way through the secret door again. It's like you forgot how stuffy and gross it was down there and how damp and disgusting, and it's good to be kind of back. And it does, I mean, it's been really difficult to track time down there as well, but it is kind of late evening, you guess, by the light through the windows.
It's been 38 hours and 15 minutes. No, I'm kidding.
I said.
I took that beat that allows me to tell time. No,
It probably has just about been that.
so we're in one of the back rooms. There's nobody here. I guess.
Right.
Palkas isn't the one really leading. I was just assuming that we were taking that route. So, who's in the lead?
Not me.
Flynn will take the lead. Oh wait,
Oh,
right?
no.
It's either
I guess I'll do it.
Thorn or Malvola. Got some people in the spa that you need to kill, right? Some attendants.
So it's empty. Yeah, I mean it's past kind of business hours, and yeah,
And we
it's,
left corpses in these back rooms on the way through, didn't we? But I assume they've been taken
Yeah, I
care of by
assume-
now.
I assume the same. Like, it's not a good reputation to have corpses in your bathhouse.
Okay. Well, let's go to a pub and relax.
I think we should get a room.
Yeah.
so
Vendetta?
Hang on.
Do you have a place to go?
so Vendetta says, yes, I do.
But, I mean, if you come with us first,
Hang on
You've gotta
before you get to stop it.
I'm just gonna keep on going around. Alright, I'll just keep on doing this.
So as you emerge from the bathhouse, dropping down from the roof of it are
Shit.
some new friends. So they kind of they drop down from the roof, and these two kind of emerge from the bushes. Well, maybe they'll stand kind of there. And this guy kind of vaults over the wall, and this guy kind of drops down from the roof here, and he drops down there. So what you're seeing are four guys wearing kind of dark dark leather. Oh well, let me describe them to you.
Kind of like Stabby Guy.
In addition to their black leather armor, they're wearing strange masks and cloaks that give them a vaguely dragon-like appearance. All 5 are brandishing curved steel blades reminiscent of dragon claws. And there is one guy that looks a little different.
Very thematic.
He is.
For each one a different color as well.
That's not. Yeah, so this guy looks a little different, but yeah, the other guys are all wearing these kind of strange masks that look dragon-like. So they drop down, and this guy kind of steps up, and says, "Stop." Malvola, as you're kind of opening the door to exit.
My people!
He's gonna break into song in a second.
as I walk right up to that.
Okay. He says, I thought I gave you an order. He says, I recommend if you value your life, you don't take any other steps.
Did the rest of us hear this inside?
No.
Yeah, they're not being shy at all.
All right. Palkas moves to the door and just kind of talks over his shoulder to Vendetta, and he says, "Stay in there and stay quiet." And he closes the door.
Okay. All right.
Fortunately for you, the next thing I intend to do does not require me. Actually requires me to be where I cast Arms of Hadar.
Tell me that these guys aren't all wearing green flame or whatever they are, the little flaming fist insignias on their jerseys too. That would have been an unfortunate thing to overlook before doing that.
Oh, I can't spell.
How is your DC 10 for Arms of Hadar?
It's actually supposed to be higher than that, but it's one of those things of the Roll20 spell list thing. It doesn't do the math right, and I haven't figured out how to fix it.
Okay.
I actually get +4 from my charisma, and then another. I don't know if the proficiency bonus adds, so it should be a 14.
Okay.
Did you adjust it? Okay, if you go to the spell page and look at the top where it says spell ability, did you set that to charisma?
I'm looking for that. I'm not seeing that in
On
here.
the spell tab right next to the right of where your name is at the top of the page.
It is
you'll see
already
3
set that way.
buttons.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It should be doing it, but I don't know why it's not.
We can get it later. It's all right. But we know that the DC is 14, so.
Within 10 feet. Okay.
So that's everybody except for the guy on the far right and the guy in the top right corner.
So this guy, right?
Yeah, he is outside of the reach of it.
Okay.
I wanted to move to where that guy is standing, but I didn't get a chance.
Okay. So yeah, they all fail. So they're all taking 8 necrotic damage. And you see that that the vanilla guys are looking really hurt. Actually, they kind of buckle with pain from this necrotic damage, and almost collapse. And the guy that's right in front of you also takes that chunk of damage, but doesn't seem quite as fazed by it. Okay. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Do. Excuse me.
Yes.
That is such a great spell.
Not too shabby.
So Malvola, what you'd notice about this fellow in the corner here is that he is bound and gagged. See, they're just here for their hentai gear. That's all. Like,
Well, they got manacles. Don't. Jeez. A box of lewd.
But this guy in the corner is bound and gagged. He doesn't seem to be part of the group. He seems to be like somebody that they've already snagged. Okay. So
Only you could have punched him.
Probably doesn't look very happy about it.
Alright. So the guy in front of you is going to... Oh, hang on. He's going to try and...
Really quick question, are the doors open or closed? Can we see what's going on?
Malvola, would you have closed them behind you, or...?
I don't know that I would have. I think I would, because I'm expecting, the cavalry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So our friend here gets to go first. So Malvola, could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
If I could find where my character sheet disappeared to.
Wait, that's an external door. External doors.
You said wisdom save?
Yes, please.
No.
Okay. He says, he kind of points at you, and says, and you see his eyes kind of light with magic, and he says to you, sleep.
Oh, shit.
And you kind of, you feel compelled to go to sleep.
That affects a really good size area too. Normally.
Yeah, you're not thinking of the way that
Okay.
it's. So you feel compelled to go to sleep. All right.
Oh, okay.
I can now just imagine if you would have made the wisdom save that it's like, no, sorry, I just did.
Yeah.
Okay. Thorn.
Right, well, if Malvola's gone to sleep, then I'm going to shoot the guy in red.
Okay.
Wise choice.
Shoot her. Okay.
Ooh.
That will hit. Okay. He takes an arrow to the general torso area. Do you want to do any movement, or are you...
No, actually, I'm good where I am, I think.
Okay. Alright. Grim, could you give me a strength roll, please? If you get... Well, I'm assuming that you're going to try and break your bonds, or... Cheers, up to you.
Oh, I must have missed the first part of that.
Oh, sorry. Do you... Grim, it is
How
your
do they have me bound? Rope or what?
Yep, rope.
Did they take my weapons?
They are not on your personage. Yes. They did.
Bastards.
I've got a bunch of weapons in bags.
Yeah, I also have a long bow and a mace.
I'm gonna...
Actually, you know that one of these guys... last time you saw one of these guys had your stuff.
Well, that doesn't help me when I'm tied up in the corner right now.
I know. Just letting you know that you know that one.
I'm going to try to contort or get out of these bonds somehow. Whatever I need to do a check for to see if I can slip out of them.
Either strength or acrobatics. Or athletics or acrobatics, I guess. Okay. Right. You've got one arm loose.
Are my feet bound as well, or was it just my arms?
Nope, your feet are bound as well.
Then I'm going to spend the rest of the round getting my other arm free and my legs free so that I can repay these guys.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Coyra.
Let me see something really quick. What was the range of this range? 90 feet. Target a point with a range. Okay. I'm gonna cast Entangle. If I can reach up to where most of the guys are, that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna entangle them. Let me find how I did that. Not like that. I think.
There's nothing that you need to roll for that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
They get to make strength.
So where do you want to place it?
just like you just marked.
Okay.
So actually, if you go one towards here, then I have that guy too. Yeah.
Okie doke.
Okay.
I wish I knew. I remembered how to do this
no.
quest.
Right. So let them make some strength rolls then. That guy failed. Ooh, do you know what your DC is? That was a pretty good one. So this guy has failed.
Should be 10 plus the wisdom modifier, or whatever the DC is listed
Where
on
do
your
I
spell
see
sheet.
that? Oh,
Might be just listed at the top of your spell sheet too.
wait,
Yeah.
what? Oh, spell save DC is 12.
There you
Okay. Yes, those two have succeeded, and this guy has also failed. Then let me get the last dude. Okay, and this guy up front. He fails as well. Okay.
Cool,
I have
good
one
work.
question. Did this guy get hit?
Oh,
'Cause
that's
he
a
has
good
the
point.
little icon, but he's
Yeah.
not in the
Yeah,
square.
my bad. He didn't even have to roll, and he failed anyway. Okay, so you got half of them.
Yeah, and Nobi is actually asking that. Does Malvola also need roll?
He does.
I can't. I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Well, so
It's kind of like he'd be automatically entangled.
Yeah, because I'm incapacitated.
so it is. You're not like falling asleep, right? It's not a sleep spell. It's a command to sleep. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
so it's I mean, I don't know, how long does it take to fall asleep? Probably more than 6 seconds, right? Like, unless it's magical sleep, which it's not. So so I think you can make a roll to try and avoid being entangled.
Ah!
Perfect! Exactly what I hoped for.
There you go. Right. Anything else you would like to do, Coyra?
Nope.
Okay. Right. So Malvola, you feel this guy has given you a command to sleep that you feel you must obey. So how you choose to obey that though is kind of up to you. But you do feel like you must follow that.
Because I'm also feeling a compulsion to kick his ass. So
Yeah, I think the command overwhelms that though.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is one of the things that always causes me issues with spells like this, because it's like, how
I think with command, normally it's just assumed you sort of slump down for a command of sleep.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going, where I figured I would just,
Yeah, I think you just kind of like look around for the comfiest spot and then
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Curl up
But
like a cat.
the issue that I have is that, like, if I were to lay down on this bench over here, that's attacks of opportunity from like 5 different people.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you'd move. I think you just curl up on your spot.
Yeah.
Well, you are right next to a comfy bush.
Yeah, I mean, flop to the bush.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I personally would rather sleep on the ground than on some bush.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning the same way there.
Oh crap! The hood's off.
Now that I think about it, do I
Things about
get
to get serious.
do I get an additional, because it's now my initiative? Do I get the opportunity to resist again, or is it just your?
No.
I don't think you do. I think it is.
Well, then I guess I just lay down and curl up and.
Think of it this way:
How
you
would
got
the
more hits
entangle
than
affect the spell, though?
you got more hits than everybody at this point. Well, it doesn't do any damage or anything like that. It just holds somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think you've got the right idea. I think you would lay down like as you are, kind of curl up and try to go to sleep. You know, I don't know that you can succeed in going to sleep in this kind of circumstance, but it is a command to try and sleep.
Yeah,
You know,
you just try to execute it as best you can.
Yep.
Okay then.
Okay. So you guys all see Malvola kind of do this, curls up and shuts his eyes real tight. Tries to go to sleep. Alright, Palkas.
Would I have seen that guy just cast on him? Where I'm at?
Yeah, I think you probably have line of sight on Malvola. Yeah.
Actually, according to the description for this spell, this is a kashcah decision as far as what my character.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to give you some opportunity to.
Yeah.
Little smoke curls coming out of the dragon nose.
Right.
While you snore.
Palkas, of course, as he said he would before, I don't think that he needs to drop the sack just yet, because all he's doing is just opening the flap on his torch bag and just letting one loose.
I'm going to assume you mean a torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, well, he might let one loose too, but he's going to catapult a torch at the mage.
Okay.
In hopes of trying to hit him. So a DC 13 dexterity save.
Oof. Yep. And if you could do your roll as well, please, while this guy makes his dex save.
It's already there.
Or not. No, I mean it's a level 1, right?
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry, you are correct.
He fails.
Okay. Let me shrink.
Would you have your not necessarily going to explode thing back?
Nope.
Because
that I have an ability that allows me to get advantage on a certain roll, but when they're just making a dex save, that doesn't really help. So
this torch catapults into this guy with such force that it embeds itself in his chest and he crumples to the ground.
Okay.
I mean, that was a massive roll. 19? Seriously?
Hey, it was a 7, an 8, and a 4 on a 3d8. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
It's my single target spell that does
Anything
lots of
else you would like to do?
I'd like to repeat that 6 more times. No,
Trust me, you don't need to.
There's only 4, please.
that's it for now.
Okay. Alright, this guy here is going to run away.
Dang it, the only one that's not entangled.
Yeah, that's why. So he is busting a move out of the gate. Wait, hang on.
They're gonna run away with Grim's stuff.
He better not be the one with my stuff.
So he is, yeah, I mean, he is off the map, right?
Yeah,
He's just running. These other folks, wait, hang on. Let me go look at Entangle one more time. Okay, so it's just when you cast it that they need to make the saving throw. Yeah.
Or if they enter into it, right?
Or if they enter into it.
Is it also within ring?
No, it's only.
Yeah, I
strength
thought it
check
was
with
only
range,
without
Yeah.
but it
using
happens.
Okay.
But it's
Stream.
difficult terrain, so it's just slow to
Oh,
play
okay.
through.
Yeah. Well, this guy is going to spend his turn trying to break out of it. He
Boo.
wants to
Boo.
break free.
I want to break
He
free.
wants to break free.
Came to start a fight and they're not willing to finish it.
And he fails.
Yay!
This guy is going to move as well. So he gets difficult terrain, so he can get to about there. And then this guy is,
That's more than 30 feet worth of move.
but all he's doing is moving.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
true.
got to move.
Let me scroll up.
Yeah, actually, he could be like beyond the gate a little bit, I think. Okay. And then this guy is gonna start climbing the wall, to go up and over.
That's the guy that's got Grim stuff.
Alright, that dude is dead. Thorn.
Is this guy actually over the wall, or is he climbing up it?
He's kind of perched on top of it at the moment.
Right, I'll shoot
Like
him.
that's his shot in the butt. Okay.
Come on.
Nah.
Oh wait, let me check. Oh no. Unless you've
I
got
seriously-
advantage for some reason.
I seriously doubt that he gets his dex bonus to his defense, considering he's on a fence.
You're
not in
implying
fourth
that he has a
edition.
big dex bonus. He is not.
I can't think of any good excuse to have advantage.
When did you get advantage? How many members needed to be near you?
I think it's
That's DM
If
discretion.
it's normally, if there's 2 people kind of at different sides
Yeah.
or more, he's just climbing a wall. It's not really. But I mean,
Not right.
Alright. Oh, well, anything else you want to do before?
yeah, I will rush out to here.
Okay. Alrighty. Grim.
Okay, most important, which one's got my stuff?
You think you saw this guy give it to this guy.
Okay, so in theory, my stuff's not going anywhere. How much? Okay, I take it I'm free at this point.
Yeah.
How much of my movement would it take to go up to the wall along it after the guy that's sitting on the wall? I've got 40 feet of movement.
Yep. Yeah, you could get to him. How far? Hang on, let me look at Entangle one more time. So it's 20 foot square, but it doesn't really say like how high it goes. I'm going to assume that it's okay. So you try hitting him, perched on top of the wall, and
bonus action, we're going to go for another hit.
Okay, that will hit him, and he looks extremely hurt by this. You've hurt his feelings very much.
Time me up, will ya?
You punched him so hard his feelings were hurt.
Push him off the wall, fall damage will kill him.
yeah, pretty much.
I was considering basically kicking him off the wall.
Right, Coyra.
If I would be standing here, could I slash around the corner with my scimitar?
Yep, you could. What he's gonna have is like, it's gonna be a little bit tougher to hit him. That's all.
And the other question, if I now would take away the entanglement, is this guy still stuck or is he free immediately?
He would be free.
Okay.
You could remove that freedom, or you could grant him his freedom after you swing at him if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm like thinking about, to make it easier for teammates. So I'll try my shot at the scimitar again. I hope I'm not standing near wood.
Yes, you hit him.
Oh wow, I'm actually surprised.
Well, you've got advantage because he's entangled.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
actually swung
He's
with a
got-
20 to hit.
Okay. I forgot how to do that.
Just click on
Click
scimitar.
on the weapon name.
In chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you finish him.
Nice.
Boop.
So yeah, the
Finish him.
entanglement zone also goes away now.
Okay. Alright. Malvola, this might be a little bit homebrewy, but you kind of snap out of this trance-like activity that you were doing the moment that this guy expires, really. So
Okay.
what would you like to do?
The guy on the fence goes flying.
Oh my god! Jeez!
I kind of feel bad for him at this point.
Me too!
He's in like chunks.
I said, bitch!
It's not even just dead anymore.
Yeah, Grim, you see like chunks of this guy fly in different directions.
Looks like
Remind me
Team
not to start a
Rocket's.
fight with Grim.
Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Alright.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah, totally.
Evil always pays.
I will get up and start like. Wait, this guy's done for.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
he's
those
done.
there, except for the one who ran away.
Yeah, there's this guy, and then the other guy is just like so far gone you can't see him.
I actually forgot about that guy.
I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry, guy. I gave you away.
Is combat still going? Or is this guy like totally off
Malvola
the map?
is, yeah, I mean, it depends what you guys are going to do with this guy, right? Like, if you guys are going to chase him down. Sorry, excuse me.
Thorn isn't.
The best I can do is get like to the gate and shout at him, like, "Get back here!"
Get back here and die.
The
I said get back
likelihood
here.
of him listening to you is not great.
Stop running! You're just gonna die tired.
Just tell him, if he keeps running, we'll kill his friends.
Right. Yep.
He doesn't need to know, he's out of the building.
Right. Palkas.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
So let's see here. Yeah, I don't think that I'd be able to do much from here, but I could try. So Palkas will move out here. See if he's got a line of sight on this guy, seeing that people are chasing him. Not really.
Not really.
Not even to the edge. Even if I do no snapping, I don't think. No, not really. So he doesn't have line of sight on the guy, so there's not much he can do about it. Yeah, he can't really do anything about it. So he will move back in and act as if, like out of turn order or something like that. Seeing that there's no other threats right now. Actually, no, he sees this guy up on the wall.
Parts of him.
No. We're
The
talking
other
about
guy.
Grim.
That
Talking about
one.
Grim.
The other guy.
Oh,
We
right,
don't know
right.
anything about.
They'll say, "You there? Identify yourself," because he obviously doesn't look like the rest of these dudes.
I mean, he helped us out.
He doesn't have the weird dragon mask going on.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
Okay. Alright.
I guess he would technically hold an action to chill touch this suspicious looking character on the wall should he prove to be aggressive, but
Suspicious, me?
this character up on the wall.
Don't forget that we left Vendetta in the closet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's fine. He still thinks that there's a threat right now because he doesn't want her coming out.
Hey, you got a point.
So, question: you mentioned those dragon masks again. Does it happen to be like the one that we found in those chests?
Oh, it is a little bit similar, yeah.
I mean, I just realized that we found one of those.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So this guy down here is going to run as fast as his legs can carry him.
Was. And he trips over a little twig.
And that's all it takes
Not
to
fast
finish.
enough.
Okay.
Even if he double moves, he's still in range of me hitting him with Eldritch Blast.
But it's buildings. He could easily turn a corner.
Yeah, true.
So are you going to pursue him? Malvola?
Good luck outrunning a monk.
I didn't really get the impression that these guys were monks, considering they were casting spell.
No, as in good luck outrunning me.
Well, you've got. I mean, he's got a much bigger head start on you, but nah, I'll let him go because, I mean, we took out half of these guys, and
Okay. Alright. Thorn. Let's just keep kind of rolling through this a little bit.
Nobody tells my dragonborn to go to sleep and gets away with it.
I just want to have a look at this kind of outfit that the mooks are wearing, this dragony talon daggers and dragon mask and stuff.
Okay.
And I guess it's worth picking up a mask and a dagger just to show them to their, a flaming fist guy at some point or something.
Yeah, actually thinking about it, sorry, I'm just gonna get rid of turn order. I don't think we need it. Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so you yeah, I mean, feel free to do whatever you guys want to do. The dragony looking mask is it does look very similar to the porcelain one that you guys found in the chest. Yeah, it's the ones they're wearing are made of kind of a crude metal. It's kind of shaped like a dragon's head, really, like a flattened kind of dragon's head.
Yeah. I mean, religion isn't my strong suit, but I did used to smuggle, small, interesting things. So Could I make a religion check to identify that?
Yeah, go for it.
Nope,
I'm
no,
gonna
I heard
start
of
gathering
dragons.
my stuff.
Okay. Yeah, Grim, you
You know,
find your stuff.
Grim,
And they would hear a
really,
low growling sound coming from this stranger as he's gathering his stuff.
Grim, I don't remember hearing that Grim actually answered Palkas asking him who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He's just growling low in his chest and gathering his stuff from the dead idiot.
Now, hold on there.
Look
Addressing
up what?
You were asked a question, and it seems reasonable to expect an answer.
I'm Grim. And unless you're with these guys, we have no quarrel.
Okay, then.
And just continue
Just
gathering my
chopped
stuff.
Coyra
I didn't catch that.
I mean, the guys we just chopped up. We're not with them.
That's fine. Then we have no quarrel.
What have they done with
Coyra,
you?
Coyra whispers to Thorn like, "Is it safe, you think? Should we
Oh yeah,
tell
it's fine.
Vendetta?"
Let
Coyra
Vendetta
goes in.
close.
That's like, "It's safe. You can come out."
Okay. She says, Vendetta says, I think, she says, if you don't mind, I shall take my leave of this madness,
I
and
can see why.
and go seek out my family. I'm sure they are concerned. She says, thank you. I cannot thank you enough for saving my life. They would have surely killed me.
You're welcome, and I wish you luck in your travels, and I hope that you get well with your family.
And don't forget to tell everyone about us, whatever it is we're called.
We're the mess of rats. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Sniffles.
Palkas would say, one seems to have gotten away, but they did not see you. So I'm fairly confident they don't know about you. Take
They
care.
won't be stopping running anytime soon.
There was actually 2 that got loose, but again, they didn't see her.
Palkas holds a hand out to Vendetta and says, with a smile, I hope we never see each other again.
She kind of looks at you with like, a grateful expression on her face.
So,
Says, same, Palkas, the same.
I assume she's gonna drop at least a chainmail armor. She's been
Yes.
swimming for that for the longest time.
Yeah,
Wear it.
she
keep it
like
if she wants.
yanks
I don't
that
care.
stuff off and sets it down, rolls her shoulders back, and goes, "Oh, that feels so much better."
Right. Palkas says, I have no need for that armor. Would any of you care to take it?
Nope.
Not particular.
Alright. With that, Palkas turns around and says, Grim, I believe you said you called yourself. What did these characters want with you?
Do I know that?
Yeah. Here, I'm messaging you right now on this. You know what? I'll just tell you. And that's a lot faster. So you were conscripted as well, and after this group did not return for several days, you were told to go and check on their progress. When you arrived at the bathhouse, those the cultists that you just with the dragon masks, basically like overpowered you. There were too many of them, for just you, and they took you by surprise, and they overpowered you, and were sorry, I've got a cat climbing up, and so they overpowered you, and were planning on kind of dealing with you later when everybody emerged from the bathhouse.
Okay, I convey all that, and to give the group a better idea of what this individual looks like, he's human-looking, with tan skin, pretty much bare from the waist up. Now that he's got his stuff back, he's got he had the loose dark gray pants cinched at the ankles, the blue, like a light blue sash, but now he's got like a very kind of ornate looking belt with various pouches attached to it, and a coil on the right side, what looks like kind of like a coil of leather hanging on one side, wraps around his forearms and fists, and barefoot and completely bald, and rather intense looking golden eyes.
Okay. Do you have, or are you wearing, one of the Flaming Fist badges?
Yes, you would have one.
Yeah, he pulls it. He has one in the pouch. When he explains it, he pulls it out of the pouch. One thing I did forget, he does have a medallion of sorts attached to the belt that looks like a right-handed fist or a gauntlet.
Okay.
I also assume Malvola is still carrying Flynn, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Palkas would say, and he would actually open up a flap on one of his pouches and show that he's got one of those badges, and he'd say, "We're of the Flaming Fist as well." It is.
So you're the group I was sent to find.
Sounds like it.
I would assume so.
Is the situation taken care of?
It is now. As he motions to those left on the floor. It would seem they have more than what was below there, though.
This has got to be a different cult, though.
They
This
seem
isn't
to
one
be.
of the Dread Three.
I agree.
These guys weren't death cultists. Not by the look of them.
Dragon cultists? Palkas kind of looks over at Malvola as if expecting him to know more.
Looking at the masks and the other stuff that they carry, would it be insane to say Cult of Tia or somebody else?
Yeah, they look like, especially based on that role, we believe they're Tiamat, followers of Tiamat.
So, with those chests we gathered, we also found relics of a dragon thing.
Yeah.
Which could maybe relate to these guys?
Yeah.
I think we should compare notes. Perhaps, Grim, would you accompany us? We could go to a tavern and take a rest, discuss our plans. We need to assess our losses as well. Palkas kind of motions again over to Malvola carrying the sling of Flynn.
I agree with not staying here, but shouldn't you attend to that? And points at the body Malvola's carrying.
I agree. I just thought perhaps once we could meet up.
I mean, we're already leaving a bunch of here.
I know a great spa. Sorry.
Probably looking for new ownership at this.
Mhm. Excuse me. It's got lots of storage space. Handyman's dream.
Make intelligence checks.
Who?
Anybody who's thinking about who owns the bathhouse.
I have to admit, Palkas wouldn't.
Doesn't matter to Grim.
Nope.
Dang it.
Coyra, you think that as the cultists were being paid by the matriarch of the Van Thampa family, that this probably belongs to them.
Yeah, because also those assassins knew about the hidden entrance. I feel like there might have been more at play either way. Right? I mean, you don't stumble across a hidden entrance with it.
Mm-hmm.
You look like Dr. Evil now, stroking
Stroking a kitty.
Yes, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Maybe Palkas would say, if you're up for it, we could meet up at Elf Song Tavern tomorrow. In the meantime, we can see to our friend.
I'll let the captain know that the problem's dealt with, and yeah, I guess I can meet you there tomorrow.
So tell him that the Van Thampers are trying to run him out of us.
Sorry, you cut out there, Ghostwood.
So don't forget to tell the captain that the Van and they're trying to run the Flaming Fist out of the city.
The exact same spot cut out again, right in the middle. Tell the captain that the Van Thamper
are behind all of this
got it.
nonsense down here, and that they're trying to get the Flaming Fist run out.
Okay. Thank you.
If you say that's the situation.
It is. We spoke to one of them.
You got proof of it?
There's some assassins down that tried to kill. I don't know if he was the youngest, the oldest. I kind of forgot. But he was getting attacked by his own family. He left just a while ago, basically. Not too long ago, I think.
I have no level of authority, no nobility anyway, but the captain's probably going to want some kind of proof. I'll just let him know that this is what you heard.
Sure. I mean, you know,
Anything is
it's
better
up to
than
him if he
nothing.
takes any interest in the warning or not. I don't really give a fuck whether the Flaming Fist are in the town or not.
And I mean, anything is better than nothing. At least we gave the warning.
You'll probably still want to report into him at some point.
Yeah, at some
We
point.
will.
We'll
Once
get
we've
to it.
taken care of our friend. We're off to the cemetery? Then, I guess. Yes? No?
Okay.
You asking me? Who are you asking?
Kinda, I guess I'm directing you more
Do they just take deliveries?
Malvola, I guess. Because, you know, Malvola is like the closest member to Flynn. So, how would Flynn like to be taken care of?
I honestly, as a player, don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Kind of leaning toward Nobby to have the answer.
Well, he was a sailor. Sailors are customarily buried at sea.
Okay.
But considering he's dead, I don't think he cares at this point.
Well, that, and that's a much more involved process because we would need a boat.
Yeah, and considering his last boat isn't there anymore.
We could wrap some change around them and dump them in the harbour.
Oh God.
I
don't think
they
we're
would
that
rather
crass.
we.
Let's just say that he'd probably be perfectly fine being given over to whatever local corpse disposal.
I started
Like I
heading
said,
for
he's
the
dead.
temple
He
of
doesn't care
Kalimvor.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think he has a lot of say in it.
The Temple of what?
It's like babies, isn't it? You just kind of leave them on the church steps.
Wow. Wow. So you said you were gonna head to the Temple of what?
Kalimvor.
Kalimvor. All right. Sounds like a good plan. Let's go to the Temple of Kalimvor.
What could possibly go wrong?
Shut it. We're going to the temple.
Since Grim isn't really part of this whole procession,
Mhm.
he's actually going to follow at a distance because he's curious. He's trying to get the measure of these people, whether they're worth joining.
Okay.
Save yourself.
Now's your chance.
Right.
So you're heading to the temple, like right away, like first stop. Am I understanding correctly?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd feel a bit uncomfortable walking around with a dead guy. So
With a
yeah.
dead guy. Do you?
It is Baldur's Gate.
That's true. And there are all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the streets
Cart
these
coming
days.
by. Bring out your dead.
Yeah, pretty much. You've already seen that, actually. I don't know if you recall, but
Yep.
when you were heading to the bathhouse, you did see that exact scenario, pretty much.
Once again,
And the opportunity is there. If you...
Oh, no. We can afford a decent burial for him.
Okay.
yeah.
Sure. Do we have enough copper?
Bury him in copper, okay?
Just bury him in copper. What a way to go.
Pay for the funeral and the equivalent of pennies.
Yes, but the quantity
we
of them
do
that we
see any-
have, we could just have a statue of him cast.
Why
Sure,
not
we
just,
I mean, it
really
wasn't that
got an
tall,
extra
so...
we just turn it to molten copper, we dunk him in there, he gets his burial at sea, and he's a rich guy at the same time. There you go.
I mean, is it really worth it?
What? How's that work?
Oh, it sounds fun.
I mean, he's the one that wanted to eat Sniffles.
So I take it you're just planning on walking?
Yeah.
Okay. So it will take you probably about an hour, maybe a little longer, to hoof it across the city, to get to this temple. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure one of you knows where it is based on kind of how long you've been in the city. So you get there, and it looks kind of, because if you recall, it was like late evening when you exited the bathhouse, and you had a fight and you had a conversation, so it's pretty it's like nighttime now, you know. And the place looks pretty closed up. Are you I mean, it does look like there's some kind
Is there like a drop slot?
It's like a laundry chute, you just...
Yeah,
there's a sign
exactly.
that says,
I don't know what
"Put
they
your
do
dead
for
in."
when people die in off hours. I mean,
there is a bell pull, like on the outside of the place, if you want to.
I will ring.
Okay. It does take a while for somebody to show up. It's kind of there's a really good long awkward kind of moment where you're all kind of looking at each other, going, is anybody ever going to answer this door? And then eventually you hear this kind of shuffling from behind the door, and this little hatch opens up. It's not, they don't open the full door, it's this little hatch in the door opens up and says,
How was that?
Push it through. Push.
Or
I'm imagining Billy
Is
Crystal,
this-
right?
Is this what is your business at this hour? Says the
My-
person inside.
My friend has passed away, and we would like to make arrangements.
Says, was he a worshipper at this particular temple?
No, but Kalimvor is the in general god of the dead.
Mm. Fine. Opens the door, and there's this fairly short, bony guy in what looks like robes, like he's getting ready to, or you woke him up, or he was sleeping or something. He kind of ushers you into this kind of lobby area. Has some kind of general seating in it, and there's like a big desk, and the guy goes and stands over by the desk and is very kind of like not so subtly looking at the donation box and then looking at you, and he just kind of like is looking backwards and forwards between the donation box and you, like just
I
waiting.
think the guy wants something. I just can't put my finger on it, but I feel like he wants something.
Palkas reaches into one of his pouches and pulls forth 3 gold pieces and puts them visibly into the coffers.
Okay.
Coyra is not carrying any money yet, so she can't donate even if she wanted to.
I will begin extricating myself from my.
Palkas is watching the reaction to see.
Yeah, the guy it's this bony guy with like this fuzzy kind of Albert Einstein hair, and he kind of like when
Mr.
Mr. Burns. When he sees you putting 3 gold in, he says, "Oh, well, are there any special requests, sir?" To you, Palkas.
He says, "Take good care of him. I expect he will be taken good care of. I'll be back to ensure."
He says,
I will make sure he can't become a zombie or anything.
"We do have that one covered. Yes."
Palkas looks really
What?
awkward.
As long as we
What
don't
cover?
actually kill him again later, that'll be.
So what is cover, the no zombie thing or the good care?
Says, well, good care is very vague. So, I mean, your idea of good care and my idea of good care could be quite different, sir. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure how you want to check on it later. We don't usually exhume bodies once they've been...
You're the professional. I'm sure everything will be wonderful.
I expect a tombstone.
Okay, that could be arranged, but it might take some time.
That's fine. Your name?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Got it.
His name is Oh, for fuck's sake.
Alright, got
Kind of
it.
strange
How did he
name.
not die yet? Palkas, watch out, you're on a hit list now.
He will so he kind of goes and pulls a bell rope as well, that's kind of behind the desk, after Palkas makes the donation. You guys have this discussion, and then there's this kind of like, what is going on? Yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
Wow.
That is canon now. um, so there's this really awkward, like 10-15 minute waiting period where he's just kind of like, like he pulls this bell pull and he's just like looking anywhere, like he shuffles through some papers in the desk, he like he just really awkward, like as he's waiting, and then finally these two kind of orderly looking gentlemen arrive, and they see Flynn's body, and the gentleman who answered the door, Ofer, says says, yes, please, please take him away, and and everything is settled here, and so they will gently kind of lift Flynn. They're trying to look at like they look like classic funeral home guys, like they're very solemn, like don't look at anybody, no eye contact, they gently like lift Flynn, and I think we've broken shy. She's laughing so much.
So before they take him away, Palkas would walk up to the corpse that has been laid out, and he'd put his hand on Flynn's chest, and he'd say, "You are an annoying little prick, but you are one of us. And you hit really hard. And I'll never forget when you kicked me there. That was really painful. I'll miss you." And then he walks away. He is terrible at this stuff. And he just looks very grim-faced, and he just walks right out of the temple. There you go.
Okay. The guys wait a moment. The orderly's like, oh, like maybe we should just wait for 5 minutes just in case anybody else. So they're just kind of standing there right now, like holding Flynn. Like, they've got him kind of like cradled.
Anybody else, or you just walk it out?
No, I'm good.
She's like, what are they gonna do with it?
Okay. So they wait awkwardly for a few minutes, and then they take Flynn out through the doors that they came in. And and the guy who answered the door takes out this big, huge ledger and flops it open and says, "What was the deceased's name?"
I only know him as Flynn.
He writes, so you see him write Flynn in the book, and it's just lines of names, and then he writes like a number next to it, and he says, "Is there anything else I can help you with?"
I think that's everything that.
Then I bid you good night, sir. And he's kind of like slowly walking towards the door, like trying to like usher folks out.
And I follow him to and then through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, before we leave the temple, I'll ask O4.
Oh no! Oh, you froze.
Except maybe not.
You're asking him something, but you're frozen.
I know. The suspense is killing me.
I don't think he's coming back. I think we've lost Thorn. Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
wait.
back.
Okay.
Well, are you sure?
Or not.
For the moment.
The sound is back.
I'm off. Yeah, I was going to say, I just wanted to ask Ofer if there was a pub that we could bed down for the night in the nearby area,
Hmm.
rather than cross town back to the bloody elves.
He says, at this time of night, I doubt it. He says, but this is not exactly my specialty.
Yeah, fair enough. I was maybe thinking priests were drunks.
Not over. Nope.
He's of the legendary fucksex. They have
Renowned across the continent.
yeah,
Yeah, they're renowned teetotalers.
Yes.
Never touch a drop.
Yep. Ofer.
You'd be surprised how many people are named Ofor in the family too.
Yeah, it's great. The family name is tradition. You know?
And instead of the second, it's 2.
He's like the 37th.
We might add some more as the campaign goes as well. You guys will discover. His family is scattered across the continent.
It's a well-known family, I think. We all know about it.
Yeah.
So then I'd imagine we would head in the direction of the Elf Song Tavern, hoping to find a place to stay for the night before then, but if not, then we would try and stay there.
Honestly, it's probably like, it's like half an hour, right? Like, because the bathhouse was kind of, actually here we can, look at this, hang on 1 second.
I zoomed all the way in.
We can move you back to the map.
By the way, how are we doing on time?
Yep, this is actually where we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
So yeah, we had gone kind of all the way to the bathhouse, right? We headed all the way across town, kind of in the lower city, to this temple. So now you can head back to like Elf Song, and it's not going to take you like all night or anything.
Okay.
So
We're fairly recently rested, so
yeah.
I can spend some time with my warlock bud, and the two of us might be able to better identify some of the items that we have as best we can, because we've got a crap ton of stuff, some of which is
We do
magic.
have some stuff, yeah.
Anybody else?
I guess you want the keys.
Probably any kind of appraising abilities we might have in the group.
Or I mean, I could try to help you guys out too.
All of it's welcome. And if there's something that we can't figure out, then we'll probably see if we can get some shopkeep to identify the stuff the next day.
Like these beans.
Some beans. And yeah, that is where we will finish it tonight. So thank you very much, and congratulations, because you have all leveled up now as well. So so everybody, I think we'll find that Grim is already there, but everybody else, please level up to level 3.
Okie
Do we
dokie.
do that now or next session?
After we stop the stream and before we start next time.
Okay.
or at least not at the moment, because I feel we should probably stop the stream so others
Yeah.
can head out.
When we level up, do I need your guys' help again with that?
Oh yeah.
No worries.
Not a
Okay.
problem.
Cheers.
All right. So yes. Anything else?
Shy, I know that you're normally like, I'm gonna go to bed because it's like 3 a.m. there.
Yeah.
If you wanna, I'm willing to help you out tomorrow. Or,
Sure.
I mean, you're pretty much aware of when I'm around, so I'm happy to.
Well, honestly, just poke me if you see me around.
Okay.
The moment I'm online, it means I'm on my PC. As on my phone, I never go on online mode.
All right. So with that, folks, tune in next time for more shenanigans with our group, and we'll see you all next time.
Yep.
Bye.